All right, I'm John Clayton. This week is turning into an amazing week. I mean, I knew that it would be, simply because we got together the family members that will create the party, if you will. And these family members, it's sort of, you know, if you invite people to your party that you know are going to get along and be interesting and create a wonderful atmosphere, then you don't have to do anything. Just get them together and let them go, and that's exactly what happened here. So this week, so far, we've got the family members together, and the party is now in full blast, and oh my God, I mean, I've seen, first of all, I heard some amazing music, seen some amazing concerts, but the interaction between the coaches, I don't even like to call them teachers because I always feel that we teach ourselves, but our coaches and our guides, the faculty, is having such an amazing interaction with their individual students and their master classes, but also with the combos that they lead. I've poked my head in some combos rehearsing, and this is just not to be believed. In 2 days already, I've seen the level go from kind of a test the waters level to absolutely professional. I mean, what you would hear on stage, professionalism, that level. So I think you can imagine I'm about as excited and happy as I can be. We're not done yet. I mean, this is just a couple of days into our amazing week, but the week continues. The level continues to grow. We continue to cultivate and nurture all of these young, actually musicians of all ages, not only young musicians, but more experienced musicians are also here as participants. We continue to work with them, and at the end of the week, the Jazz Festival really kicks in. This is a festival like no other because not only do we have a sort of a big main stage offering, but we also turn the town, Fort Townsend, into this big jazz town. It's like 52nd Street, New York, in the 50s, and in the 40s and 50s. It just becomes this amazing place that you go from one restaurant that's now a jazz club to another restaurant that's a jazz club to another bar that is now a jazz club. The whole street, the whole city becomes one big jazz club. And the streets are packed. It's a vibe I can't explain. So these students and the faculty are really gearing up for this weekend, and it's so exciting to see happen. On the main stage, we get to really let loose a lot of the faculty members, and they get to do their thing on their amazing professional level. And I think you're going to see some names this year that you haven't seen before. You've got people like Taylor Agassi on faculty, Harish Raghavan, a young bass player from New York. You've got Gretchen Parlato, another name, winner of the Thelonious Monk competition in vocal, supported by Herbie Hancock. I mean, I could go on and on. It's just a lot of names, a lot of faces that you haven't seen, plus some familiar faces. I'll be there with the Clayton Brothers Quintet. Ernie Andrews, who's been here before, an amazing vocalist, is going to bring his brand of blues and jazz singing to us. It's an extreme party, is what it is, and we jazz people know how to throw a jazz party. So I hope all of our friends and all of our extended jazz family will come and join us. It's going to be amazing. I think that one of the fun things, cool, interesting things about jazz is, and all music, is that the borders for jazz are crumbling. It's becoming more and more difficult to define something as jazz. I mean, you can listen to what a lot of people would call a jazz band, a band that has a lot of improvising going on in it, and it may not have a lot of jazz elements to it anymore. It may be hip-hop, reggae, polka influenced, and somebody may categorize that as jazz. So I really love, again, Duke Ellington said there's only two kinds of music, good music and that other. And I agree with that. I'm paraphrasing him, of course, but I really agree with that. I think that music is subjective, and therefore you can't call it good or bad, or that doesn't make it so. That doesn't make it definitively so. Things that one person loves may not affect me the same way, and vice versa. I love that about music. I love that is extended now to stylistic considerations. So the music doesn't have to just go ding, dang, a ding, dang, a ding, dang, a ding to be jazz. That's still there. I still love that, but it's much more beyond that. 4/4 and 3/4 are not the only two meters that jazz musicians are performing in now. There's also 5 and 7 and 19. And so I just think the borders are coming down, and it's a really cool thing. I don't know where it's going to go, but I love that about it too. I'm glad that I can't predict what the music will look like 5 years from now. That's going to keep it really fresh and interesting for me. So thanks for joining me. I've got to run. I'm going over to hear the Faculty Presents concert, which is some of the faculty members getting together in groups that they've never been in. We throw different combinations together, and they play amazing music. So it's a creative couple of hours, and I can't wait to get there, and I want you to join us. We'll see you this week.